All right, welcome back everybody. This is me and Miss Bunch, and we're going to do the water purification lab. The first thing that you're going to do in this water purification lab is obtain a contaminated water sample, and you're going to get and have it in an empty 600 milliliter beaker, and then you're going to fill it up and collect 600 milliliters of your contaminated sample. So I'm going to zoom in here and show you what this looks like. So see how gross that water is? Okay, so what we're going to do in this lab is we're going to purify this into drinking water. Okay, so what I want you to first do is, after you saw that gross water, I want you to record the appearance of the water. Okay, and now Miss Bunch is going to invert the tube, shake it, invert it, use a towel and clean off the outside of the sample, and then she's going to put it in our calibrated turbidity sensor, and then you're going to record the turbidity of the sample. So here she goes. She sticks it in there. Make sure that, and when you do it, make sure the arrow at the side is matched up with the arrow in the sample, and she's going to slide that in like that, close the lid, and then record. You're going to record the value of the turbidity meter. Okay, so there's your value right there. Record that in your table. Okay, that's how turbid the water is. That's how not clear it is. Okay, now you're going to mass out 5 grams of the alum. Okay, so now Miss Bunch, she's going to mass out 5 grams of the alum. Alum is actually pickling salt. It's aluminum sulfate, and they use that to keep things preserved. And so we're actually going to be using the alum as a coagulant. And what that does is the coagulant will attach itself to the suspended particles in the water and make them very, very heavy. Once we make it very heavy, and that's okay, it's a little high. Once we make it heavy, all the particles are going to fall to the bottom. See, there's your 5 grams of alum. She's going to add that in there and then stir. And she's going to stir for 3 minutes. Okay. Okay. So what we're doing in this process is we're binding the alum to the suspended particles. Okay. So we're going to take a commercial break, and you're going to record the appearance after 3 minutes. Okay, we're back, and as you can see, I'm going to show you and zoom in a little bit. As you can see, it's starting to get clear. You can still see some particles in there, but it's starting to get a lot clearer, okay? So record your appearance. It's been about 3 minutes, all right? Been about 3 minutes, and now we're going to check the turbidity of the sample. We just poured some off. We're going to go ahead and stick that, wipe it off, and then stick that in our turbidity meter, okay? And then we are going to record the value of our sample, and I'm going to show that to you. Oh wow, look at the difference. Okay, look at the difference. Wow, see that? It's about 100.8. All right, now the next phase is you're going to leave the container undisturbed for 6 minutes and record observations at 3-minute intervals. But actually, you guys, you're just going to record it at the 6-minute interval, because I'm going to start the video after 6 minutes. Okay? Just finished the sedimentation phase, and in the sedimentation phase you can actually see that the water is very, very clear. Okay, so now what we're going to do is pour about 200 mils off into here. Okay, and we're going to filter this, and so the filtration process will take a little while, and while you're doing that, okay, and you've recorded the appearance, I'm going to take a little bit from the sedimentation and I'm going to put it in the turbidity meter. Okay, so now I'm going to wipe that off, okay, and then I'm going to stick it in here, close it, and now go ahead and read the value of the turbidity meter. Now this is after sedimentation. Okay, stop it. Okay, welcome back everyone. So now we are at the sedimentation phase, okay? Or excuse me, past the sedimentation phase. We've just started filtering our mixture. So once you guys get 100, and we actually have 200 milliliters of filtered water. And so what I'm going to do here is swap these out, and I'm going to show you. Here is our filtered water. Wow, what a difference that is, right? What a difference. So record the appearance in your data table, okay? And now I just put in a sample, I just poured off a sample of this, and we're going to go ahead and put it in the turbidity meter, and you guys are going to record the value of the turbidity, okay? And look at that, negative 2.7. So it's actually lower than our tap water that we used to calibrate. So we have now just purified that water even further to where it's a negative value. So pretty much now we can assume that we could drink that water. Now remember, we don't drink anything in lab. Now, I'll be right back to show you the last phase of what we're going to do, which is the disinfection stage. And let's look at the turbidity even more in the disinfection stage. So I'll be right back. Okay, everyone, so we're at the last phase of this lab, okay? And what I have here is calcium hypochlorite, which is bleach, okay? And then I have my filtered water, okay, which looks really good. So the last step is I have about 200 mils of my filtered water. So what it calls for in your thing, it says you're going to take a 1 mil per 100 mils of water. So I'm going to take 2 mils of the bleach, okay, and then I am going to stir that up in there, and now I have bleached out anything in there that might be microorganisms or anything in there that might still contaminate, okay? So then I'm going to take that and I'm going to pour it in here, and then once again I'm going to record my turbidity. So you should have already done your appearance. Your appearance probably won't look that much different because you can't really see those microorganisms. Okay, so let's look at the turbidity. Now, look what happened to our turbidity. It kind of jumped up a little bit. Okay, so this is probably a little more accurate. All right, so after the bleaching part, this is my turbidity. Okay, so now you guys have finished the lab and you're able to record all of your values. But what I want to show you here is this is the setup of my filtration apparatus. Now, I also want you to look down in here so that you can see, okay, all of the stuff that we use to filter, okay? So what that is a mixture of sand and gravel, okay? Sand and gravel. And because you'll have to draw a diagram of your filtration apparatus. So basically, you have a layer of sand, then you have a layer of gravel, and then you have 3 coffee filters, rubber band, as your filtration apparatus. Okay, well, I hope you guys have a good day and enjoy the lab video. See you later.